Welcome to the Pastor Show. We're so glad that you're joining us today. Our pastor is on vacation, and so be praying for him as he is away. He is unplugged. That is a new thing for him, I'm sure. So we want to be praying that he has just a restful time this week and coming back to us just next week as well. I've asked Melanie to be our guest on the Pastor Show. Melanie, how are you doing? So glad you're here today.
I'm doing good, Mark. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you very much.
Well, I have a guest too, and it's Hunter.
So, hey, thanks for Do we get to kick Mark off the Pastor Show? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I think so, just for a little bit. So how are you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, we have the new baby, and lack of sleep is real, but, you know, we're making it work, and just getting to spend quality time with the family. Excited to get the school year started. How have y'all been?
We've been good. We're getting Davis ready to go back to Baylor in Waco, and he's going to be living in an apartment. So we've been getting all the furniture and all the things that he needs for his apartment ready. So that's coming up quick.
When does he head back?
He heads back, next Thursday.
So you mean to tell me he didn't want to just continue to do VBS roles the entire summer and stuff like that?
No, he did a great job, but I think he's ready to go back and be with his friends.
Okay, well that's good. That makes sense. That makes sense. So.
Do you think we should let Mark come back in on
probably
the show?
Probably so. He's probably getting a little bit upset about it. It's okay.
Finally, I'm back on the Pastor Show. I didn't realize I could get kicked off. We are so glad that we've got two guests today, and excited to hear about what's going on in our children's ministry and what's going on in our youth ministry. Melanie, I know that this is a very busy time in the life of children, and a lot of this is just getting us geared up for the fall, and there's so many volunteer positions that need to be filled, so many things that you are working on. Tell us a little bit about what's going on, and are there ways that we as a church can help?
Oh, absolutely. There's lots of ways that we can help. We're looking for volunteers in a lot of our different areas. We're especially looking for some volunteers in Sunday school. We need a partner teacher for our 3-year-old class, and it's such a sweet group of kids. It's so much fun to work with them. But we do need a partner teacher in there, and there's some places that you can volunteer with RAs and Mission Friends and Merge. We've got a great year planned for all of those groups. Our GA group is actually full, which is awesome, but we do have some needs in RAs and Merge and also in Mission Friends. And Mission Friends is for our preschoolers, and RAs, of course, is for 1st through 5th grade boys, and Merge is our 6th grade group. And so if you're interested in any of those groups, contact me. I would love to talk to you about it. We want to get those kicked off with a full set of leaders and be ready to go for the fall. And so please contact me about that. I'll be happy to talk to you about it. We are also looking for nursery workers and preschool workers for the fall semester. We have paid positions, but we also have volunteer positions. There are times when our college students are gone that we just really need some extra help. And so even if it's you can only give 1 or 2 Sundays, we would love to have your help and put you on a list that we could contact you and maybe ask you to work 1 or 2 times. But if you're looking for a paid position, we're hiring for those as well, from our babies all the way through our kindergarten area. And so we can contact Penny Puller about that, and she will be happy to share that information with you. So we're kind of getting ready for the fall, gearing up, and we need some help. So.
Yeah. And we've been seeing some videos in worship service about how do you serve in the church. And one of the things that we really want to encourage our church membership is, where are you serving? God calls us to do good things. And so we were created for that. And so we want to help you as church ministers to engage you and help you to serve. And there's so many different ways in our children's ministry, our youth ministry, college ministry, so many different areas of our church for you to serve. So if you don't have a place of service, don't panic. Just reach out to the church. We'd love to help you find that place of connection. We really want to help you look at what you're passionate about and connect your passions in with areas of need. And so I love doing that. I love talking about that. I know, Melanie, you love talking about that with people, and Hunter does as well. So we want those phone calls. Like, we love those meetings. And so those are the fun meetings for sure. So if you're wondering where can we serve, that's a great place to do it. I just want to kind of help people as they're thinking through. Some people are like, oh my word, I'd love to help, but August is so crazy busy. Just adding one more thing on my list would be so hard to do. That's why I love we start our missions programming in September. Isn't that right, Melanie? Isn't it like
We
right
start
after Labor Day?
September 5th. So that will be our first Sunday
Yeah.
back. I mean, our first Wednesday back. So
Yeah, so moms and dads, if you're like, I just got to get the kids to school, I got to learn the new program and the new direction of things. Hey, you can have those under your belt before you come and help serve on Wednesday nights in September. So this is thought about for you and for your perspective. So parents, don't be afraid. Just jump in. This is the water's warm. I promise. The water's warm with that. So also this weekend, I know that Hunter and Melanie and myself and Caleb, we're involved in our teacher training. So all of those that are helping in our Sunday school classes will be in training this weekend from 4 to 6. And this is such an important time. Church family, will you pray for your Sunday school teachers, for the teachers of your children, for your teachers, as we get together and just spend some time thinking about how can we make Sunday school better. I think that that's an important topic. I think we need to be looking at, hey, this is what we do really well, and here's some things that we need to work on, and let's be intentional and work on that over the course of the year. So would you be praying for our leaders? I think that's so important. You know, before we do anything, I've been wearing a little reminder bracelet the last couple of weeks that just said pray first. And I think the most important thing that we do before we start any endeavor is, are we praying about it and asking God to put our hearts in unison with Him and with His people. And so, church family, we need your prayers. Pray for your leadership as they are going to be intentional this weekend looking at Sunday school. Hunter, what about you? I mean, I know that you're actually Melanie's guest, but can I ask you some questions as well? What's going on in youth? I know that there's something pretty big happening Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of this week. What's going on?
Yeah, so one of our major emphasis is we want to engage our upcoming seniors before they start their senior year. We realize senior year is a time of trying to finish what you're doing, but also in anticipation, looking forward. And it's really easy in that time period to check out. So we want to do as much as we can to support our seniors and care for them and show them that we value them and we want them as an active part of what we're doing. So we'll be going out this Wednesday through Friday. Myself, Rafe, and Adana Hagel, who help lead out in our senior Sunday school class. And we created some yard signs for them. We created some yard signs that said we support our FBC NACU seniors. And Adana's going to make them a little goodie bag. There's a lot of good stuff in it. From what she did last year, it was pretty amazing. I might have had some leftovers in my office for a few weeks, so, something like that. But we go to each home. It's an opportunity for us to engage each senior, their parents, put a yard sign in their yard, take a picture with them, and just tell them that we care for them. We'll top off that time on Saturday. We're going to have a party over at the Hagel's house that they'll be hosting, where we'll just be able to support our seniors. It's an opportunity for them to come. If they haven't been around myself or Adana and Rafe, they get the opportunity to do that. We'll cook for them. We saw a lot of fruit from it last year. I think we had a much more active senior class as a result of that, and just hoping that has the same effect this year. I'm excited just to it's cool for me because as I'm looking at the senior crew, I mean, this being a year of me being here, I know a majority of them pretty well. So last year I was learning names, so it was much more of a trying to figure out who you are and stuff like that.
Well, and Hunter, this is a great opportunity for us as a church, too. I know that many of you are like me, and sometimes we just drive neighborhoods. We're just on the way, checking out people's yards, seeing what I need to do differently. Maybe you don't do that. Maybe that's just me and Meredith. But as you're driving around town and maybe just in your neighborhood, you'll notice those signs. What a great opportunity for us to pray for those seniors. I think every time that we can have reminders of praying for one another is so important. And this is a great way to just take a minute and pray for our seniors as they finish out this year. May they finish strong. May they be a light in a community as they're making decisions for their future. There's just a lot that happens during your senior year, and they just need prayer and encouragement. And so Thank you, Hunter, for putting a sign in the yard to remind me I need to be praying for them. I think that's so helpful, not only for them to feel special, but also for the church to pray for them as well. So that's a great opportunity, church. So be on the lookout. Drive around like I do, or just look in your neighborhood and see if there's a senior spotting. I think that's fun. So what else is going on, Hunter? I know that y'all do some things on Sunday nights. I think some things are coming up in the next couple of Sunday nights. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so really, we're just gearing up for the fall semester. I'm actually having a planning time with my interns in the next week to be able to put out some more finite details of what we'll be doing. But our major emphasis is we want to show and teach our kids how to study God's Word and apply it in their lives. One of the major ways we do that is through discipleship. Usually we do that within a one-on-one setting or within groups. Our goal is we want to care for our kids and we want to show them what it means to study God's Word. One of our things that we've really enjoyed as we've navigated the summer and are excited to continue it into the fall is our Sunday night Bible study. We'll be at people's homes the 21st and the 28th, but when we resume back with Sunday night discipleship on the 11th in September, we'll be up here at the church, and it's just an opportunity for us to, number one, feed our kids. We provide them a meal, but then also just to be able to show them practically how to study God's Word. We're very intentional in the books that we choose. I think this summer we chose to walk through the book of Jonah and Colossians, and the goal is to go verse by verse and teach the kids how to gain practical application from God's Word. We think that will benefit them greatly as they prepare for the next stage of life, whether they're a seventh grader or a senior. We believe it's going to be very beneficial. So just excited to be able to plug our kids in that way and continuing to invest into them on a spiritual basis.
Yeah, I love that. Well, Caleb's not here this week. Caleb West is with a bunch of college students at Collegiate Week. We have the largest number that we've had go to that this year. That's so exciting. It's a bunch of our leaders. But he's going to come back just hitting the ground running. We've got a football dinner for all the football at SFA that are going to come on campus to that dinner, and that's happening next week, early in the week. And then we have a volleyball. The volleyball team is also going to come to a dinner that we're hosting. I know that Tom is hosting a meal for the band. There's just so many things that are happening in the next week with our college students that's coming back. Church family, we need to be praying that we make an impact on that campus, and that we are a light and people hear the gospel and start relationships. And so this is the beginning of that. So would you be praying for our college ministry as well? There's so many ways to be praying for our church, and as we're making inroads to our children, to our youth, to our college age students, there's a lot to be praying for, and we want you to be involved in that and know that. I am so blessed to meet with the education ministers weekly and just to talk about what's happening, for us to plan together. This is an incredible group of pastors and ministers, and I am thankful to be a part of that. Melanie, Hunter, y'all are top notch, and we are blessed because of your heart for people, your heart for the Lord, and your work ethic, to be honest. And we are very gifted, and we benefit very much because of the work that you do. And we probably don't say that enough. And so I'm glad that I got to steal the pastor show this week just to be able to say thank you. Thank you for what you do. And may we continue, church body, to be praying for our ministers, praying for our leaders, and may we be willing, when God calls us to serve, may our yes be on the table and we jump in, all in to do that. There's so much to be done. We're so glad that you're a part of our pastor show today. So Melanie, thank you for being my guest today. I'm so thankful that you came and shared a little bit about what's going on in children's ministry.
Thank you, Mark. Thanks for having me. And thank you, Hunter, for being my guest today on the Pastor Show.
Absolutely. Glad I was able to join this.